the junction of Sycamore Creek Road and Blackhawk Ridge Road. This land and everything around it were once part of a property called Blackhawk Ranch. The ranch was purchased and named in 1917 by Ansel Mills Easton, the namesake uncle of the famed photographer Ansel Adams.
And that's another big piece of the history here, because most of what we'll be hiking on was part of the Blackhawk Ranch. Easton had previously founded another community on the peninsula named for him as Easton. It got absorbed into Burlingame, and he had another ranch there which was also called Blackhawk Ranch, which was named for a racehorse that he had owned, and itself was named for a famous Indian chief. Over time, the 1,100-acre Blackhawk Ranch was expanded to 6,500 acres, and that brought us up into the 1970s when Save Mount Diablo was formed. In fact, in our first year, our first big battle was over the development of Blackhawk.
By the 1970s, about a third of Blackhawk Ranch had been acquired by the state park. But then a Florida developer came in and bought the other two-thirds. He proposed a huge new development right on the southern flanks of Mount Diablo. Initially, he offered to donate only 100 acres to the state park. In a controversy that became known as the Blackhawk Wars, Save Mount Diablo helped secure protection for 25 times that much land. In the end, 5/6 of the Blackhawk Ranch was protected as parks and open space, including most of what we're hiking on today.
And these dedications were added to the state park over the next 20 years as the community of Blackhawk developed. And they include some of the most spectacular areas on the entire mountain, some of the most rugged areas, stretching from Wall Point across Southgate Road, directly into the Black Hills, across Sycamore Creek, onto Blackhawk Ridge, into Jackass Canyon, all the way to Finley Road. The only piece that the developer wasn't able to buy was the actual remaining 300 acres surrounding the original Blackhawk Ranch house.
That brings us to the story of Sycamore Canyon, right here where we're standing on Sycamore Creek Road.
The lower part of the canyon was finally proposed for development in 1989, and that 300 acres obviously was rugged topography. It was called the Black Hills Project at first, and then later became the Canyons at Blackhawk. There's not much flat land here, but they also had problems with endangered species. There were Mount Diablo sunflower, an endemic plant species, and the threatened Alameda whipsnake. We worked with the developers in a pretty cooperative fashion, and in the end they developed just 24 acres out of the 300. 276 acres were protected, 254 acres were added to Mount Diablo State Park at no cost to the public. And soon after everything was decided, peregrine falcons moved in to nest in the cliffs of Lower Sycamore Canyon, which was a really nice stamp of approval on our efforts. We're going to turn left and head back up to the intersection with the Knobcomb Point Road at the top of the drainage here. But we could also turn right and continue on the Blackhawk Road out about another mile to incredible views into the Alamo Creek Basin and the apartment building size rocks of Knobcomb Point. And at that same place, we could also do about a 1.5 mile loop around the top of Blackhawk Ridge for an incredible array of other wildflowers and fossils, shell fossils, literally beneath your feet on the hike around Blackhawk Ridge.
As Seth said, turn left here on the Blackhawk Ridge Road. Stop when you see your first views of Rocky Knobcomb Point in the distance. That's about 0.2 of a mile ahead, which should take less than 5 minutes. There'll be 2 different species of manzanita growing beside each other on your right. They're both shrubs with red bark, but the one with the grayish leaves is an endemic species, one that grows only on Mount Diablo.